Hey guys, Oliver here. Trying to get it's the gooseneck attachment off of my 2014 F250 Super Duty. It is very rusty. I couldn't get it by hand at all. So yeah, that's what we're doing today. As you can see, somebody already did pull it halfway out right there. You can see that pin down in there. And this does move. It's not frozen solid. I just couldn't pull this lever right here hard enough. So I put these fender liners in, and what I didn't think about was covering that up, and I just ignored it, and I didn't really cut them out so I could access that. So got my little mini grinder up in here, just cut a little hole so I could reach that lever right there. And yep. So can't do it by hand no matter how hard I pull. So it's very rusty. And so what I did to get it out was I took two hammers right here. Sorry, I'm working with one hand. So I had one hammer on the actual lever against the frame like that. And like I wedged it up in there. It's pulled out right now, so it won't stay. But I wedged it up in there underneath this arm. And so then I took my other hammer right here, and when I had it wedged up in there, I just smacked the end of that. And what that did is it pried those arms out and forced this arm to come out. And that actually worked to get it out. And yeah, that's how I got it out. Guys, I've been working at it with the hammers, and I got it to the point where the hammer is too short to even go in there anymore. And there was a little bit still going through the ball of the trailer, of the hitch, I guess, gooseneck. So what I did was I took my pry bar flathead screwdriver and I stuck it in there behind where this, you can see the rest of that in there, and I got it and I just pried it out instead of trying to pull this. This thing is really flimsy. I don't know why they made it that flimsy. It makes it really hard to work with. But yep, got that done. There's still a little bit in there, like I said, so I can't take the ball out yet. But yeah, I'll let you know when I get it out. I couldn't get that little pin all the way out. You can't really see it anymore, but it's still holding it in there. So, and now I can't reach it up in there with the screwdriver / pry bar thing. So I'm gonna have to get it out using the lever. And since my hammer was out of room, I'm just gonna grab this 2x4 that I had in my bed. And I'm gonna wedge it up kind of in there and give my hammer some extra material to pry on. And that should work. I'm working with both my hands right now, and I broke my meta glasses, so I'll let you know when I got it. All right, so I got it out just barely an inch more with this block of wood against there, but still there's just a little bit of sliver still holding that ball in there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna switch that out with a 4x4 so I have a little bit more to pry on, and that should do it. All right, so I've been working at it for a little bit, trying to get it worked through there. And what I got to was a point where I could move it back and forth, so I could push the pin all the way in and pull it all the way back out comfortably. And once it was doing that smoothly, I was able to get the ball out, as you can see. But the problem is I still can't get it to twist to lock itself in the not being used stage, but I think that's fine, because as long as I can pull it out far enough to put the ball in and out, I should be fine to leave it like that. You guys let me know if that's okay to do, because I couldn't get it to twist even with a pair of giant channel locks down there somewhere. I couldn't get it to work. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna keep pulling it all the way out, putting the ball in and pushing it back in. It's not that difficult. I couldn't get it to lock, but that's all right. Got it pushed in the right way up and had to lean pretty much all my weight on that little lever down in there to get it to lock in. But I put some penetrating oil down in there. It should be nice and smooth for the rest of its duration, as long as we keep using it. We don't currently have any trailers that would have a gooseneck attachment, but I'm sure that we'll get some now that we have this option. All right, that was pretty easy as far as getting rusty things unstuck. You guys let me know if I did anything wrong or how I can get that piece to twist, because I put the channel locks on it and it refused to twist. When I did twist it, it felt like it was bending that little piece of metal and I didn't want to ruin it. So I'm able to pull it all the way out, hold it there, and then somebody else can put the ball in, or I can kind of finagle it around in there and it'll stay. So yeah, that's what I got, and I'm glad I finished it. I've been putting this project off for the past ever since I bought this truck. I bought it summer of last year, fully deleted and tuned it just with a plug-in tuner, nothing crazy, a little bit of piping kit, cold air intake, normal things. But I did all that stuff before I even fixed up the truck nicely. So I bought it with that trailer hitch, the gooseneck attachment on there. I knew it was stuck because that was one of the first things I tried to do, was get it unstuck. There were a lot of things on this truck that was stuck. There was an adapter on the hitch that was stuck in there. I had to use a whole plethora of tools to get that out. Somebody backed into something with it and it would not come out. It was firm in there, but I eventually got that out. So let this be a lesson. Don't just put off things to do tomorrow because you couldn't do them, you know, the first time you tried. Sometimes you just got to work at it and you'll get it done. All right, and make sure you guys drop a like or leave a comment telling me what I could have done differently, if I could have been able to twist that some other way than some channel locks. If there's anything else that I could have done different, or if I did anything wrong, please let me know. I'm here to learn. Only 17, still got plenty to learn on these trucks. But I figured I'd film that for today. Didn't have a lot of content going. We're waiting on some tunes on a truck that's in the shop. So I figured I'd do this real quick and record it. Thank you for y'all's support, and I'll talk to y'all later.